Political leader of the Movement for Social Justice, David Abdullah, says police had no authority to prevent Alyssa Phillip and her supporters from participating in the annual Labor Day procession. Abdullah dismissed claims by police that Phillip's group required a separate permit to participate in the march.
Absolutely not. The police are lying. And I'm not pulling punches this morning. Normally, Marlene, you know, I tend to try to give a long explanation and so on. But this morning, I'm really not pulling punches. And I'm calling it as it is. The police are lying. So that the police is not their responsibility to determine who is part of a Labor Day demonstration or not.
Abdullah says Labor Day marches have historically accommodated trade unions, political parties and civil society groups without requiring separate permits.
The police are overstepping, they're abusing their power. And I want to therefore say that is a descent into a police state where the police are trying to determine what people should say, what people should do, where people should go.
He further claimed Phillip's group was specifically targeted before and during the march.
That nobody who comes down that is not a trade union requires a separate permit. That is a nonsense. That is a foolishness. Absolute nonsense.
But President of the Police Social and Welfare Association, ASP Ishmael Pitt, is defending the officers involved.
We subscribe to the rule of law. Policing is generally not a popular job, and there are decisions that are made in the interests of law and order, and it's not. There are times when the feedback is not the best. You know, persons felt they could have done things differently. The court is the final judge.
Pitt declined to comment on allegations surrounding a police officer instructing a man to remove a shirt bearing political messages, saying he had not reviewed the incident. However, he maintained that where police believe provisions of the law are being breached, officers are empowered to act.
There must be some permit in terms of whatever your march would entail and whatever your messaging, who are the speakers and things of that nature is clearly outlined in the Summary Offences Act. And if it's a case of persons who are breaching that, then definitely the police are within their rights to act.
Meanwhile, Abdullah is calling for the charges to be withdrawn and for an investigation into the conduct of senior officers.
First of all, somebody should advise the police just to drop all those charges against Alyssa and her mother, drop all those charges. Secondly, the Police Service Commission needs to call in the Commissioner of Police and Deputy Commissioners and tell them that they're overstepping their bounds.
But Pitt says the matter should be allowed to take its course.
The matter is going before a court of competent jurisdiction, and the court will determine whether the police actions were justified or not. Playing it out in the public domain might give us immediate gratification, if you would call it that. But the reality is the persons who are so equipped and so trained and so authorized will adjudicate on the actions that the police have taken.
Phillip and her mother have been charged with offences including resisting arrest, disorderly behaviour and leading a march without required permission. Urvashi Tawari Rupnarayan, TV6 News.